6 months ago, ex-president of the Russian Federation, Dmitry Medvedev, publicly stated that Russia would steal Western films in response to the sanctions. He was supported by the press secretary of the Russian Federation, Dmitry Peskov.
If they're left us, like Netflix and others, so we'll download it all. We'll use it for free. And I'd spread it around the net to do them maximum damage. Maximum damage. Make them go bankrupt. Those who stole our assets, who imposed sanctions that are illegal from the point of view of international law. They used to be called pirates, but now they are called bandits. Accordingly, the phrase, pirated content, should be perceived in a different light in our country.
Thus, the top Russian authorities announced a coming-out party about their pirate life, and allowed others to steal and distort the intellectual property of foreign companies. The Russian pirated voiceover of the third season of the American TV series The Morning Show distorted some lines and accused Azov of killing civilians. In the original, it was the Russians who were responsible. In particular, the characters are talking about the shelling of Mariupol and the fact that it is done by Russians. But in the Russian pirated version, they decided to distort the translation and insert propaganda. This is a fragment from the new 4th episode, which mentions the events in Mariupol. At the 38th minute of the episode, the following dialogue between the characters takes place.
Working for BJN.
Where are they evacuating the wounded?
The military hospital in Donetsk. Russians are back to shelling the shit out of this place. I'll need to stay put for the moment.
Yeah, are you okay? It looks really bad.
I'm below ground, I'm fine. As long as you can get those pictures out there. Yeah, the Russians, it's not just the bombing. They're shooting civilians in the street.
Jesus. Okay, yeah, I hear you.
However, Russian translators from the pirate studio Rudub decided to hide the fact that the characters in this series were talking about Russian troops. Instead, they invented militants and accused Azov of killing civilians. This is how the dialogue sounds in their version.
Материалы будут долго грузиться, приходится через спутник.
Куда эвакуируют раненых?
В госпиталь в Донецке. Боевики снова обстреливают город. Пока придется остаться здесь.
Ты в порядке? Это все выглядит ужасно.
Я под землей, все в порядке. Надеюсь, ты сможешь получить фото. Мия, здесь не только бомбят город. Азов расстреливает гражданских на улицах.
Another Russian pirate studio, Newcomers, simply left out this moment and in both cases, lost the word Russians.
Я тебя почти не слышу. Извини.
Связь ужасная, материалы будут долго грузиться. Я использую биджен.
Куда эвакуируют раненых?
В госпиталь в Донецке. Тут снова обстреливают город. Пока придется остаться здесь.
Ты в порядке? Это все выглядит ужасно.
Я под землей, все в порядке. Надеюсь, ты сможешь получить фото. Нет, тут не только бомбят город. Тут на улицах стреляют в гражданских.
Oh my God. Holy shit.
Russian propaganda is trying to construct the reality of the Russians, demoralize Ukrainians, and disguise their war crimes with words, so that Russians obey and believe that the aggression against Ukraine is justified and goes according to plan. Special operation, not war, pop, not explosion, regrouping, not retreat, gesture of goodwill, not loss of control over Zminy Island. In the case of the voiceover of the morning show, we are replacing Russians with Azovs. It is worth to mention that the third season of the series has not been officially released on Russian streaming. The writers of the series are probably referring to the first week of the full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Almost all the journalists who covered the Russian offensive on the city in the media left Mariupol at that time. In early March 2022, a team of Associated Press journalists remained there. Photographer Yevhen Malolieka, along with video journalist Mstislav Chernov and producer Vasilisa Stepanenko, were the only representatives of the international media who worked in Mariupol under Russian occupation for more than 2 weeks. The team documented the destruction, the work of doctors in hospitals, and civilian victims. The footage filmed on March 9 near the maternity hospital destroyed by Russian shelling caused the greatest resonance. Since the beginning of the full-scale invasion of Ukraine, the Russian Federation has been spreading fake news about our country on any convenient occasion. The fakes are spread both on international platforms and in the media, created to discredit Ukraine in the post-Soviet Russian-speaking countries. Thank you for watching this video. Please share this video with your friends. It will help our channel to grow. Because the world must hear and see what is happening in Ukraine.